Oh, I've still got this vehicle here. I sent it back to get the brakes looked at because I weren't too happy with those. And they're still shit. So I've decided to do the brakes myself because they can't do anything more, I don't think. But I think it's got the wrong wheel cylinders somewhere or something. But the rear end likes to lock up a lot. The front brakes don't do too much. So time for me to have a look at that. But I'm going to start her up now, so let's see how much smoke it blows from the bad injectors. It's a pig to start after it sits overnight. And it's got good glow plugs and all that other shit, but it's just flooding on a couple of cylinders because the injectors are just dripping off. So, yes, you'll see. Oh, and it's still got that shitty exhaust on it. So bad today. Alright, this is how far the brake pedal travels. Fair way. And then the rear brakes lock up if you actually try to stop quickly. So it tells me it could have two bigger wheel cylinders in there. Yes. I'll lock off the rear brakes and see how far it moves then. Well, with the rear brakes locked off, the pedal moves that much. But the front brakes don't do anything apart. They can hold you there, but they won't stop you at all. So there's my problem. The front brakes aren't working. So I've got to work out if the shoes are radially matched to the drums, or if the cylinders are right, or what the hell's going on up the front there, but there is no front brakes. Alright, this is just going for a little drive under normal braking circumstances. I'm only going to go this far. Now I'm going to try and stop sort of quick, but not really, before that stop sign. That's about as hard as I can stop without locking them up. So, yeah. Well, I've done some tests and worked out that the front brakes work. Like they can lock the wheels up going backwards, but don't really work going forwards. They feel like they're only about 20 or 30% effective. Which tells me on these self-energizing type of brakes that only work or self-energize one way, it tells me that the actual wheel cylinders have been put on backwards. So I'm going to go home and have a look. It'd be funny if that's all it is. They put the wheel cylinders on backwards and the brakes aren't self-energizing, so they're only 30% effective at the front when going forward. Yeah, but 100% effective when going backwards. We'll find out. Something not quite right with these wheel nuts. I've already tried this one a bit. But they're stiff. That's silly stiff. It's almost like they've got metrics on imperials or a wrong pitch thread. My God. Try doing that by hand. Well, I think I found my problem. They're in upside down. I don't have any manual to tell me this, but logic tells me this. Because if the drum is spinning this way when you're going forwards, and the piston's pushing up on that, that's actually going to be forced back down and not brake properly or self-energize. But if this is upside down, then if this pushes up going this way, it'll lock it in and self-energize. So I'll flip them over and see what happens. I'm just taking the back wheel off to have a look in here, because these brakes do work correctly, and that's the way the wheel nut should come off. There's something up with that front hub. I'll investigate to see if those nuts are correct size or not. Nice and easy. Beautiful. Well, I got all these cylinders off both fronts. I got a rear wheel off. Just have a look. Now, the whole weird thing is, how will I explain this? These bigger looking ones have a smaller piston in them than these ones that have that step down in it. So I've taken it back and I've had a look. The diameter of the piston is much smaller than the ones in those. Now, there was 3 big ones and 1 small one at the front, and down the back on this side there's 2 small ones, but on the other side there's a big and small one. So I'm going to have to put this on the other brake. And the other thing was that, see the way it says, well, you can't see that, but it says RH there, right hand, right hand. These were on the left hand side. This one it says LH. That was on the right hand side. So I bet you I'm hoping the other one on the left hand side at the back says left hand as well. And that'll match this one, and that'll all go on the front. So they've mixed the front up. They've put the left on the right, and they've put one of the back ones on the front. Yes. How exciting. Well, I'm at the rear brake. It's got 2 different bloody cylinders in it, as you can see clearly. Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure those shoes are in backwards as well. It's wedged into there. I'll have a play with that, because I've got to pull all this apart to get that one out and put the correct one in. Alright, rears together. Alright, well, both front brakes are done now. I believe that's the way the shoes should go in. I looked at some pictures on the internet, and it seemed to have more of a, or less friction material on the piston side than it did on the pivot side. So I've left them like that. But we'll see how it goes once I get it all, the wheels back on, it all bled, adjusted. I'll clean the shoes up as well. So, yep, good fun. Now I'm just blowing her up. I've got some sort of a brake pedal happening. The horn will go off because I've got no brake pressure. Beautiful. There's the old thing. Beautiful. Yeah, those brakes are sloppy as shit. Oh well, let's see if they work. Well, they work pretty good, but they're right at the floor. So, I've pretty much adjusted it all up nice. The master cylinder adjustment could be out, because he messed with that too. Oh shit, yeah, it almost smashes your face into the steering wheel now. I'd say it just needs a master adjustment, and it'll be better. Coming up to a stop sign, I actually feel a little more confident now. I can actually stop. This is as hard as I could stop before, but now I can really pull up. Oh well, that'll do for today.